Hi everyone. Today we're doing a beginner's gentle yoga class. Becky is back with me and she's going to be doing some of these exercises in her chair and also using it as a prop later on. So if you're more comfortable off of the floor, get a comfortable chair. And you may also just keep in mind that you want to be on a fairly steady surface, okay? So if you have the option to not be on carpet, I would recommend that for when we come to our standing postures. So let's get started. I'm gonna have Becky just sit comfortably with feet on the floor and just get grounded into your feet. And we're gonna close the eyes here for the first few minutes and just start coming into your breath. And if you're on the floor, taking a comfortable cross-legged seat, you can be lifted onto a bolster or maybe a couple of rolled up towels work nicely. We're going to close the eyes here. And set your shoulders down and back. And I want you to just start bringing awareness into the way that you're breathing. We'll breathe in and out through the nose. Make sure that breath coming all the way in and filling up your belly. Feel your diaphragm expand. And when you exhale, forcefully release every used bit of that breath. And still with eyes closed, let's take a body scan beginning at the feet. Feel your feet and feel how they're connected with the floor. Relax your toes and your ankles. Feel the way that you're sitting, the way that your hips are connected with your seat. And let yourself be grounded and rooted in here firmly and stable. And we'll bring some attention into our core, into our center. We'll use that to help us sit tall and lift through the center of our bodies. Bring attention to your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, set your shoulders down and back. Bring attention out to your hands, the way that they connect with your knees. Let's draw the hands together, bringing them to prayer at the heart. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it out. Do that one more time. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it out. Let's set hands back down on the knees. And bring your attention into your ears, your face. Relax your jaw and your cheeks. Bring awareness to the crown of your head and lift it high. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in some positive energy. Bring it into the crown of your head. Open the mouth, sigh out, exhale. One more time, deep breath in and exhale. Let's seal the lips. Bring hands back together at the heart. Deep breath in. We'll open the eyes. Exhale. Inhale, reach both hands high. And let's take a twist, bringing left hand across, right hand behind, and turn to look over your right shoulder. And stay with your breath here. One more breath in and out. Inhale, come back to center, reach both hands high. And let's go the other way. Bring right hand across, left hand behind, and turn to look over your left shoulder. We'll take a couple breaths here. Inhale, come back to center, reach both hands high, and exhale, set them down on your lap. And get grounded so you're steady, grounded into your feet if you're in your chair, and slide forward in your chair a little bit so you have some room. Hands on the knees, close your eyes, let's make some circles. Organic movements, don't worry about doing this right or wrong. Come back to center and reverse your direction. And come back to center, sit up tall again. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, bring hands back to your heart, open the eyes, and exhale, hands to knees. So we're going to take a deep breath in, bring the heart forward, let the chin come forward, and then exhale, let your spine curve, chin to chest. And we'll move with our breath through this a few times. Inhale, draw the heart forward, shoulders back, lean forward. Exhale, sit back, chin to chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, chin to chest right here. And let's sit up tall again. Good. We're gonna open up the chest here. So if you're in a chair, you're reaching for the bottom of your seat. And if your hips are getting more open, you can come down right to the floor now or stay on your bolster. So hands are behind the hips and we're pressing the heart forward, drawing the shoulders back. Let your chin lift, but relax your neck. So just neutralize that neck, maybe shake it no, slowly. And let's come back to center. So we're taking a single leg stretch here. Let's take the right leg forward, and you can do this right in your chair. So extending, you'll want to come to the front of your seat. And you can keep some bend in your knee here, but draw those toes back and turn towards your extended leg. Let's get long through the spine, reach high, and then fold forward over that extended leg. And don't worry about coming down very far. Find that place where you feel the back of your leg stretching and draw your toes back. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And carefully come up. We're going to stay on this side stretching, and we're going to start to open the hips a little bit more. Becky will take a seated pigeon. So she's going to ground into her left leg down. Good, and then you're crossing that right ankle over at the knee. And if you're on the floor, you can take fire log. And we're just sitting tall and good. Cross your ankle right over your knee. And then let that knee just open up naturally. And we're gonna sit and breathe in it here for a couple of breaths. And you can stay right here. If you are more open in the hips and you want to come forward a little bit, you can start to hinge forward, and that's down here and up in that chair pigeon. Again, try not to stress in areas where you don't need to. Relax the neck and breathe. Deep breath in and out. Carefully come back up, and let's take that stretching leg and just guide it back to the floor. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side. So we're extending the left leg long. We're bringing that right foot firmly to the floor. Okay, and we're taking our stretch forward here. Nope, keep it down. There you go. So straight leg. Yep, left leg straight. And you're pointing your toes back. We're turning towards that straight leg and we're leaning forward. Okay, so take that good leg back. There you go. We're pointing the toes back. Good. And just settling in here for a few breaths. So we're finding that lengthening through the back of the leg. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Deep breath in and out. Let's come back up. So now we're going to go to that hip opener. So Becky will be taking that chair pigeon, crossing her ankle over her planted knee. You already did that side. Here we go.
Sorry.
There we go. Okay. So we're opening up the left hip this time. So left ankle is crossed over the right. And if you're in that pigeon, try to let your toes point back towards your shin and then just start tall again. Okay, whether you're in fire log or pigeon. And let that knee start to open out naturally. And this might be a great place to stay, guys. Don't be afraid to stay here. If you feel like it'd be appropriate for you to go deeper, you can sit forward, hinge forward just a little bit, and think about bringing your heart forward. So we're keeping some length in the spine. We'll take a couple more breaths right here. And carefully come back up. And let's bring that foot back down to the floor. And now we're going to make our way to standing. Okay, so if you have your chair, keep your chair nearby. Okay, so let's come up. And you'll notice I'm getting rid of the extra cushioning right now because when we're standing, we want to be on a very solid foundation. Extra cushioning is nice when we're on the floor, but when we're on our feet, we need to get grounded into our foundation, so a firmer surface will be more beneficial here. So let's talk about that. We're standing with our feet hip distance apart. They're right underneath our hips. Okay? And I want you to just find a neutral base. Let the knees be soft and little bend. Okay? And start to picture distributing your weight evenly between your 2 feet. And I want you to picture the bottom of your foot as having 4 corners. So 2 just below your toes, top 2 corners, and 2 right at your heel, bottom 2 corners. picture those corners in both of your feet, okay? And let's lift just the toes off of the mat. So just the toes, lift away from the mat, and then lightly set them down. Picture grounding with even weight distribution into all of those corners, okay? And let's do that again, just peeling toes away from the floor and then setting them back down. Good. And just walk out your legs a little bit here, okay? So feet point forward. Let's set the toes again, down to the floor, ground into your feet. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, set them down. Deep breath in, reach both arms high. Exhale, fold forward here, so we're reaching down. And we're gonna hold it right here, so stay here for a few breaths. And if this is uncomfortable for you, if it's a lot on your lower back, I would have you take your chair. Becky's good where she is, but if this were bothering her back, I would set her chair in front of her so she'd have some support with her hands placed down to something, just to take some of that strain off of her lower back. Slowly start peeling all the way up, and we'll reach the hands high overhead and bring them into the heart, hands at prayer. Deep breath in, reach up, take a gentle back bend. Exhale, fold forward again. And get re-grounded into your feet. So we're steady here. Allow your head to just hang heavy. And let's take hands to opposite elbows. Let your head hang between the arms. And you can stay here or come to a gentle sway from side to side. This is ragdoll. Come back to center, releasing your elbows, both hands reaching down. Slowly start peeling up to stand again. Deep breath in, and exhale, set hands down. So we're gonna do chair pose, and you can keep some small space between your feet, or you can bring them together. Most importantly, make sure that when we sit down, the direction of that your knees point stays the same direction that your toes are pointing, so we're not buckling in or bowing out, okay? So in chair pose, we're gonna start this with hands at the heart, and we're just bending into both knees and then sitting the hips back a little bit and holding right there. So we're gonna hold this for a few breaths, stay there, and you can see we're keeping the knees behind the toes so those don't come way far forward. Okay, Becky looks great. And let's release, reaching both hands high. Take a forward fold again, so we're folding over. Slowly roll all the way up to stand again. And sit to chair, hands at your heart. So we're sinking the hips. And we're holding here. And think about your foundation, your feet. So we're grounding evenly still into those feet. Our knees are tracking forward. Take one more breath in. Exhale, go right into your forward fold, reaching down. Take a full breath here, in and out. And inhale, let's slowly roll it all the way up. Take hands overhead and set them down to sides. Good. So we're gonna do Warrior One next. And I am going to give Becky a little support for where we're headed. And if you're unsure of your balance, I would want you to have your chair in front of you now, okay? And you won't need this for Warrior One most likely, but if you do, it's there, okay? So Warrior One is a standing posture, And we're keeping some space between our feet widthwise, so keep that in mind. And we're gonna start, Becky will bring her right foot forward, okay? Right foot forward. And then, yep, that left foot back. So, good. That front foot is pointing forward, her front knee is pointing forward, and that back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. You look good.
Thank you.
We'll track the hips forward. So square hips pointing forwards towards the front of the mat. Bring hands to the heart. And then if you'd like to, you can reach them high. And we're gonna stay here for a couple breaths. And so Becky is a yoga beginner, and she's going a little bit shorter in her Warrior One, and that's okay, guys. Be comfortable. Just like with chair, that front knee doesn't pass over the front toes, okay? And her knee is tracking forward. So she's gonna keep her feet right where they are and lengthen into both legs. And we'll re-square the hips forward and we'll straighten that front leg now, okay? So bringing length there. And this is why we have the chair. So we'll be moving into, I'm gonna demonstrate first. We'll be coming into a pyramid posture. So that's a big stretch for that forward leg through your hamstring. And I want Becky to have a place to set her hands that's higher, okay? So Becky will start folding forward, keeping length through this front leg, and she's keeping her hips square. So we're drawing that right hip back, left hip forward, and then just a neutral neck, okay? So relax your head, good. So she should be feeling this through just the entire back of her right leg and her hamstring, and even in her calf some. If she wanted to take this deeper, she would place her hands lower, or she could take her leg, oops, stay right there. Her legs could be further apart lengthwise, okay? We're taking just one more breath here. Start to bend into your front knee and peel up. We're returning to Warrior One. Strong Warrior One. Hands into the heart. And let's step so feet are side by side. Okay, good. Feet right underneath of the hips. Inhale, take both arms high. Exhale to cactus arms. Draw the shoulders back. Press your heart forward. And now take the arms, reach them out, thumbs pointing back. Bring them back into your heart and set them down. So we'll do the other side. Let's bring, it will be the left foot forward this time, and then the right foot back, so some space between the hips. Good. And go a little longer, Becky. Okay? Yep. So this is where we think about that grounding. How are we distributing the weight in each foot? Picture those four corners. And stay strong in the back leg. I know we've got a lot of weight here, but keep that back leg involved. Let's go hands to the heart and square your hips forward so hips are directionally facing the front of your mat. Nice and tall. Let's reach through the arms. Good. Square forward. There you go. Good. And we'll start to come up. So we're gonna find some length through that front leg. If you need to, you're gonna stay there. But if you need to shorten up a little bit, bring that back foot forward a couple steps. Lengthen your spine, reach, and keep those hips pointing forward. There you go. And then hands come down. So we're hinging over, and Becky's gonna come right back onto that chair. I'll get that later. And we're pointing, yep, we're drawing that Left hip back, right hip forward. Yep, she neutralized her neck. And so we're feeling a stretch through the back of the left leg this time. And just relaxed breath. Take one more breath here. And start bending into that front knee again. We'll rise to warrior one, hands to the heart, and then hands to the high. And then bring them back down, and we'll step the feet together. Okay? So I'm gonna set this chair to the side for now. And we're gonna do just a couple more standing postures before going down to the floor. So there are differences between warrior one and warrior two. Okay, in warrior one, our hips are squared forward. In warrior two, they're gonna open up. Warrior two is also a longer step, and our feet are actually on the same line this time. So if you're on a mat, I want you to picture a line straight up and down the center of your mat, okay? And Becky, I'm gonna have you step right up to here. Come all the way up. Good. And I'm gonna do this one alongside you, okay? So let's get grounded into the left foot. The right foot is going to step back. So we'll go right foot, long reach back. Good. Hold it right there. We're bending into the front knee. And then we're lengthening this back leg. So long, good. And straightening here. Okay. And bend into that front knee. And now we're gonna reach the left arm forward, right arm back. Good. And we're stacking the shoulders over the hips. So we're avoiding that lean forward. And we're turning the arms on. So these are powerful arms reaching fingertips wide. Okay. We're holding right there for one more breath. And then for peaceful warrior, we're turning the front palm up and taking a gentle back bend. Let your right hand come down to your back leg and gaze up. And come back to warrior two. Good. Let's bring hands to prayer. And we're gonna turn to the right. So we'll open the hips here, okay? And then we're switching our feet. So now we'll have the other foot in front and that other leg behind, coming into warrior two here. Long reach on this one. That front heel lines up with the arch of the back foot, and we reach through the arms. So we're bending into the front knee, and we're keeping the back leg involved. So this, there you go. She just turned her back leg on. And we're keeping weight actually even in both feet here. Okay. Good. We're tracking the knee forward. Let's flip the front palm and take a gentle lean back for a peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Good. Now we're gonna turn again. So we're turning all toes point forward now. Good. So we're in a wide straddle, okay? So toes are pointing forward, or they can be pigeon-toed a little bit. Bring hands to the hips, and we'll start to come down. This might be a place again where you might want your chair, or you can set your hands maybe on something steady that's a little bit lower than that chair. So Becky's gonna set her hands right here. Is that high enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good.
Relax your neck. Bend into the knees a little bit and start coming up. So we'll peel up, deep breath in, scoop hands overhead, and bring them to prayer. Okay, and release your hands down. From here, we're going down to the floor, so carefully step together, and we're gonna make our way down now. So you will want to be back on your mat. And Becky, I'm gonna put you right here. Okay, so take a seat here. You'll face this way. Switch that. All right. And we're going right onto our backs. So I'm gonna have you come forward quite a bit. Good, so you'll have room. You're good there. Okay, come forward a little more. And now, carefully, work your way onto your back. So you're gonna lay right back. We're coming all the way down. And once you're there, I just want you to walk your feet. So you're gonna lift one leg and then the other with bent knees, almost like you were marching on the ground. And from here, let's place the feet firmly onto the floor, coming back to the way that we ground into our feet. So she has bent knees, and I'm gonna have her walk them back a little bit. So, yep, just like that. Feet are still about hip width apart. And then I want her to also get grounded into her palms, okay? Spread the hand and feel that connection between your palms and the floor, the same way you feel it between your feet and the floor. Okay, so we're gonna take a couple of bridges here. So for bridge, we'll inhale, start bringing the glutes away from the floor and lifting the hips up. We'll hold there for a moment and carefully lower back down. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift the hips high. Exhale, let them float down. This time we'll add in arms. So we'll inhale, reach the hands up, take them over your head, reaching towards the wall behind you, and then float them back down to your sides. Hips down, arms down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the hands overhead, and carefully bring everything back down to the floor. So keeping the knees bent, we'll bring the soles of feet together and we'll let the knees open out wide. So we're in a reclined bound angle. Bring both hands onto your belly here. We'll just start there. Just allowing gravity to open the knees out. And if you want to, you can bring your arms back into that cactus shape we were in earlier. So we're taking our elbows, bent elbows, and turning palms up towards the ceiling, letting your hands rest on the floor. If that's too much, take your arms, bring more length into your arms, and you can bring them down lower. And draw the knees back together. So knees are together now. Take your feet wide though. So we're not kneed. Our feet are wide and our knees are together. And let's take the arms into a T shape. So we have long arms reaching wide. Let both knees turn down towards your left side. So both knees turn, and then you're going to look in the opposite direction. carefully move through center. We'll take those knees to the other side. Let them come down to your right. And you'll turn to look over your left shoulder. And come back to center. Let's draw both knees in towards the chest here, bringing hands to shins. And try to let your head rest down. Give your knees a gentle hug. You can rock from side to side if that feels good. Think about a gentle massage, your back, lower back connecting with the floor. And let's come back to center, bringing feet down to the floor. And then walking the legs out long. Take a full body stretch, reaching hands overhead and reaching the toes towards the wall in front of you. Bring hands back down to sides. I'm going to have you bend your knees here. And this might be a more comfortable rest for Savasana. You can be here. If you'd prefer a traditional Shavasana, you can extend the legs along and be here. If you are going bent knees, it's nice to have support. So I'm going to place a bolster under Becky's legs so she can rest there. I'm going to give you a little more, okay? Just lift your legs for a second and then rest down.
It's nice.
And turn your palms up. Good. We'll take a couple minutes to rest here. And let your shoulders set down. If this is uncomfortable here, one last thing. You can always bring your head a little higher, setting it on a pillow. I'm going to set this under your head. And we'll rest. And just stay right here. Allow yourself to be still. Allow your mind to clear. As thoughts come into your mind, I want you to picture them like waves. They wash in, they go right back out. And if you need to think about something, think about your breath. And you can think about your breath like those waves. Inhale, waves come in. Exhale, they peacefully go back out. And we rest. And keeping eyes closed, start bringing awareness back to your breath. Take a deep breath in and feel your diaphragm expand And exhale, release every bit of that used breath. And start to bring some awareness back into your body. Make some small movements through your fingers and through your toes. And give the knees a hug into the chest one more time. And when knees bent, carefully lower feet back to the floor. And we'll reach hands overhead. Carefully roll to your right side, resting there for a moment. And as you're ready, make your way back up to a seat. You can be on the floor or in your chair, but be comfortable. We'll sit tall. Good, so let's go to your chair. Okay, so you should be comfortable for this final few breaths. You sit right here.
On the edge.
Right there is good. And get grounded again. Grounded into your feet. Hands resting on knees. Lift the crown of your head high. Deep breath in. We'll open the mouth, sigh out. Again, deep breath in. Exhale completely. We'll bring hands to the heart. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today.
Thank you. It was fun.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.